Hello students, welcome back to the SVV channel. I am your SST teacher Chetna Suhagya here with the second chapter of political science, which is federalism for grade 10th. In this chapter, we are going to explore basically four topics. The first one is the concept of federalism. Second is India as a federal country. Third, how federalism is practiced. And fourth, decentralization. So we are going to explore these four topics in this chapter. Let's explore the first topic of this chapter, that is concept of federalism. That is also further divided into three topics. First one is definition of federalism or the meaning of federalism. Second one is key features of federalism, and the third one is the exact balance between the central government and state government. Meaning of federalism. Federalism is a system of government in which power is divided between central government and state government. When the power is divided between two levels of government, each of them do have the list of the subject or the interest which they are going to take care. Okay, as well as the state government take care of the day-to-day administration work, and the central level government takes care of the subject or the interest which is need to be taken care for whole nation. Now in this kind of system, state government and central government, both of them are independent. They do have the responsibility on their own. They can tackle their problems, they can take the solutions. It's their work. Whereby there are certain countries which do not follow the federalism. A country which do not follow the federalism, that country is known as the having a unitary system. Unitary system yani ki system in which power is being held by only central government. The state government is there, but they have to subordinate the central government.
Now we'll be learning the key features of federalism.
The key features of federalism. First one, there are more than two levels of government. As I told you that in our country we do have the three levels of government: central level, state level and local level. Now these are the three independent level of government which work independently at their own level and sort out the problems regarding their administration and the issue which arise into that particular area. Different tiers of government have their own jurisdiction regarding legislature, taxation and administration. Over here, the country which is federal country, that country does have the different level of legislature, jurisdiction and administration. As I explained regarding the horizontal power distribution, same way over here in our country we do have the three levels of government, and each of them does have the three organs. Like in central government we do have the legislature, which is our parliament, the executives, which are the cabinet ministry, and third one is judiciary, which is the supreme court of our country. At the state level we do have the legislature, executives as well as the judiciary. Legislature, we do have the state assembly, and the executives we do have the ministers of states, and third one judiciary, each of the state does have the high court. Okay, same way the local level we do have the team of legislatives, we do have the team of executives, as well as we do have the district level code. So each of this level do work independently with the help of all these three organs. The third key feature of federalism, the existence and authority of each tier is constitutionally guaranteed. It means that whatever power, whatever authority is been given to these levels are been mentioned into the constitution, is been clearly mentioned into the constitution, so there shouldn't be any confusion regarding power, regarding decision taking, regarding responsibility. So each of this level work according to the constitution, and they do follow the rules and regulation which has been given into the constitution. And the fourth one is, in the constitution, if any kind of change is been required, then all the tiers opinion is been taken care. None of the level of the government can take an independent decision. Okay, so over here the fourth key feature says that in case of any change into the any work responsibility, any decision taking is been required, the concern of all this level of government. One level of government cannot change the constitution. So if they want to change the constitution, they have to take the concern of each of these tiers of government. Fifth key features, the court plays a role to interpret the constitution regarding roles and responsibility of different levels, and in which the Supreme Court is a higher authority which work as an umpire. So over here the main work is been done, the observation is been done by the Supreme Court, and the interpretation, the regarding rules, regulations, regarding role, regarding power is been done by the high courts. And if any kind of confusion, Supreme Court plays the role to sort out. So this one is the fifth feature of constitution. The source of revenue for the each level are clearly mentioned for the financial autonomy. This is the sixth key features of federalism, which says that each of this level does have the revenue source, like from where they will get an income, which has been also clearly defined, which has been also clearly given. So they are financially independent to take the decision regarding the development of that particular area, and as well as they don't have to be dependent upon the higher level of government. Federalism has dual objective. First one is to safeguard the country, and second one is to promote unity into the country. Safeguard the country, which means that they have to make sure that in the country there isn't any kind of problem and any enemy country cannot attack us. At the same time, we want to promote the unity into the country. We do not want anyone, any particular person to be not having the fair share into the constitution, into the decision making. So over here we are talking in terms of the safeguarding the country as well as to promote the unity into the country. The last key feature of federalism is it has an aim to accommodate the regional diversity, and the ideal system must have the degree of trust to live together. So over here the last topic says that the federalism, which is an ideal, does have some kind of trust and degree of understanding by which it accommodates the diversity, like in Belgium. In the Belgium, they do have that degree of trust to work together, to work unitedly into the country without any disturbance. So these are the key features of the federalism. Now, the third subtopic is the exact balance between the central government and state government. Now, when we talk about balance of power between central and state government, it's depend upon their history. History in terms of the type of federalism, and type of federalism, it's been decided on the basis of the history of the country. Like, there are two types of federalism. One is coming together and second is holding together. Now, coming together means when a small independent state decides to come together and form bigger country for the purpose of better security, for getting an identity, or for better administration. If they decide to come together and get an identity of a country, then that kind of federation is known as coming together federation. And in this federation, all the states are independent only for the national benefits, or only for the national security. They are together. So over here the states have been holding the more power. The only main decisions are being taken care at the central level. The example of this kind of federation is US, Australia, Switzerland. This kind of federation is being found in Australia, USA and Switzerland. Another federation is holding together. A country which is quite large, they decide to share the power among the different constituency or a state. That is known as holding together. And in this holding together, this federation is being done for the better administration, or to sort out the problems which is happening at the ground level that can be get rid by the people, those who are at that level. So that kind of federation is known as holding together. The example of holding together are India, Belgium, Spain. These are the countries that have divided the country for the better administration purpose, that given the power to the state government. Okay, so this is how today we had understood the first topic of this chapter, which is the concept of federalism. That topic is been further divided into the three subtopics. First, the definition of federalism. Second one is key features of federalism, and third one is the balance of power between state government and central government. We have understood this many topics in this video. Now in the next video, I am going to teach you the next topic of this chapter, which is India as a federal country. Now students, it is a homework time. So all of you be ready for the homework. I'm going to make you write the three things. First, write the definition of federalism. Second, write the key features of federalism. This question is frequently asked question into the CBSE board exam. It comes into the 5 marks. So all of you will be writing the 5 key features of federalism. And the third, you are going to write the difference between holding together and coming together federation. This question comes in 3 marks, so you will be writing 3 differences between coming together and holding together type of government. Thank you students, have a good day.